visit channel3000.com. Thanks again, everyone. And in today's final touch, they are going for a sweet-smelling world record in Ecuador.
Residents in the town of Pedro Montayo are aiming to break a world record for the biggest ancestral pyramid made out of roses.
It's a record for everything, isn't there?
Yeah, the 3,600 square foot pyramid weighs some 30 tons and is made out of more than 500,000 roses grown in the hot week.
Boy, that is something, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
Take that, Rose Bowl Parade. All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Newsfeed 5 starts right now.
An explosion has rocked downtown Sun Prairie.
Could see flames. You could see a lot of smoke.
There was this big boom and it...
A dozen people who have been displaced lost everything that day.
So sorry.
We have learned within the last hour, one of those members died fighting the fire.
That firefighter's name is
You've never met a more devoted father.
Luckiest girl in the world to have met someone like him.
We will continue to build strength with Corey's legacy in our hearts.
It has been just a great outpouring of support.
We really need the power of the community to help out.
And we are seeing the power of that community in action today, a week after the fatal explosion in Sun Prairie.
We are more than 12 hours and tens of thousands of dollars into our Sun Prairie Strong Phone Bank, raising money for the families impacted by the explosion. Our Leah Lynchide starts our coverage tonight from Studio C with how you can make a difference. Leah?
Yeah, folks, this number is honestly, it gives me chills. We are at, get this, well over $80,000 in donations right now. That's both here at the phone bank and online. And we still have 5 hours left. So here's the deal. We're teaming up with the Bank of Sun Prairie to donate all of the proceeds from today to a disaster relief fund. Now, all that money raised is going to stay local. It's going to benefit the families impacted by that blast. That includes the family of Corey Barr, the firefighter killed in the explosion. It's also going toward places like the Sunshine Place, which offers social services to that community, and the Sun Prairie Emergency Food Pantry. Our phone lines are open right now. Do you hear them ringing behind me? They're going to stay open until 10:30 through our last newscast this evening. That number to call, it's been right there on your screen all day. It's 608-274-4000. Again, we are at well over $80,000. We've got 8 volunteers here of 72 that have donated their time today, all of them either living or working in the Sun Prairie area. Give them a call. Help us make Sun Prairie strong again. Again, that number is 274-4000. Eric and Charlotte.
Thank you, Leah.
Amidst all the recovery efforts, Sun Prairie is still grieving the loss of firefighter Captain Corey Barr.
The fire department is mourning the loss while trying to get back to work to serve the community. Susan Simon is live at the Sun Prairie Fire Department with more. Susan?
Hi, Charlotte and Eric. One of the most moving images of this entire past week here in Sun Prairie was seeing the thousands of people and first responders who showed up to pay their respects to 34-year-old Corey Barr. Corey was a captain in the Sun Prairie Fire Department. Of course, he was the owner of the Barr House who lost his life in the explosion. Firefighter Ryan Welch was injured and he is also recovering. I actually had the opportunity to see and talk to Ryan this afternoon. He was having lunch at Culver's, which donated some of its profits today to the Barr family. He was in great spirits and looking wonderful, so that was very reassuring to see. Captain Barr died while serving the community he loves, and his colleagues continue to mourn his loss. I am so grateful tonight to be joined by some true heroes here in Sun Prairie. Fire Chief Christopher Garrison is here with me, firefighter Corey Dahman, and Lieutenant Aaron Hebner. Thank you all for being here. I'm so sorry for your loss. Chief, I know it's very difficult at a time of unimaginable grief to be talking about this, but tell us a little bit about Corey Barr. He joined your force when he was 19 years old. He was a 15-year veteran of this department. What would you like people to know about Corey?
Well, I would like people to understand that Corey was an amazing person, but what highlighted Corey was his ability to be a family man. Yeah. I stress family in this organization more than I stress anything else, because if you're not family-centric in regards to your job here, then you can't do your job. You've got to put your family first. So we truly feel faith, family, fire department, that's how we operate.
Corey, you're trying to deal with your grief. At the same time, you have to get to work and serve this community. How are you doing that?
Oh, it was difficult. Today was the first day back, and the other departments obviously covered our station here, but it was nice to get back and actually run some calls and serve this community, and I'm glad that I'm back here.
How long have you been with the department?
It'll be 2 years in September. I started out as a volunteer, and I got hired full-time July of 16, so.
Have you ever been through any experience like this?
Never. This is unimaginable, and it was a sad day, but I've never seen anything like this.
Aaron, what has it been like trying to get back to work?
It's a challenge. There's no argument about that. It's everything that we can do to be the best we can, like we were expected before, and will continue to be expected from now on.
You are all very humble. You don't like a lot of attention. No. I know that. But, Chief, can you possibly articulate for me how it feels to see the way the community has responded to this tragedy?
You know, I would honestly tell you that the most difficult thing that I had throughout this whole thing is just getting back out into the public and having people look at me and feel sorry for me when there's so much out there to feel sorry for outside of just this organization. We lost a great man in Corey, but Corey knows that he did this to help save anywhere from 65 to 100 people. We evacuated so many people from this area, and I can take a lot of faith in that. What we did is we risked a lot to save a lot, and Corey lived by that. And Corey is looking down at us right now, basically saying, you know what, we did what we're supposed to do. And we, some of the guys have been really feeling, you know, a lot of what we call survivor's remorse. And we're starting to get through that through the help of each other and being together. But all of our people have also been through some peer counseling. Every one of us are required to go through that. So we've been getting through it that way. Now, going out in the community, it was hard to kind of look at people because you didn't know what they were thinking. But now we take a look at what happened at Culver's, and we take a look at what happened at Pick and Save, and we take a look at what's happening throughout the community at the banks, the Sun Prairie Bank and the Summit Credit Union, and how this community is just reaching out for us. We are able to be survivors because of this community and what Sun Prairie is giving us. I can't tell you what this outpour does. And all the little kids that come up, and it's just a hug and it's a smile and it's an embrace. We are so fortunate because of our residents.
You guys are the personification of Sun Prairie Strong. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks to you for all you do. Continued success in the community. Thank you guys so much. Very generous of you. Thank you. Appreciate it. And thanks for pulling up the fire truck, too. Great to see that today. You know, Eric and Charlotte, a lot of people understand the bravery of firefighters, but they don't often realize that in many communities, including here in Sun Prairie, many of them are volunteers. Their commitment to their communities is something we can be thankful for and that we should never take for granted as we continue to send our love and support to the entire Barr family. Our Amanda Quintana tonight is over at the Sunshine Place, where they are putting together a mobile food pantry tonight. That's one of the organizations that'll benefit from your generosity all day today. Amanda?
Yes, thank you, Susan. You can see that mobile food pantry just started here. Now, the two organizations, Sunshine Place and the Emergency Food Pantry, those are the two that are going to benefit from this disaster relief fund that we are raising money for. Now, each day already, they're helping up to 40 families. That's with food, that's with basic necessities like clothes, and helping them get housing. But now, after this explosion, the need is even greater. Exactly a week after an explosion rocked downtown Sun Prairie, the Emergency Food Pantry is full of volunteers.
Is there something I can do? Here, take one of those.
But that's nothing new.
That's just what this community is made of. We do a good job, and I believe Sun Prairie Strong is something that has been a part of this community fabric for a long, long time.
The Community Resource Center, Sunshine Place, and the food pantry work together, calling each other one big family, ready to help.
All of our programs, we're prepared for something of this magnitude. And so that's why we were able to immediately deploy resources into our community as of Tuesday night.
Now, their #1 priority is to find affordable housing that's a good fit for each of the 51 families displaced, covering the deposit and first month's rent with money donated to the Bank of Sun Prairie's Disaster Relief Fund.
Out of their car, out of a hotel, but into a more permanent place where they then can take food and they can take clothes and they can take furniture. So eventually we will see it. We're here right now for them if they need it, but I think it's going to be in the coming weeks where we'll be stressed a little bit more with the additional people that have been impacted.
3 families just signed leases, but until the rest do, it's all hands on deck, stocking shelves ready to fill fridges and cabinets once they find them, ordering beds, waiting for a place to put them.
You know, we'll know more later in the day, you know, depending on how much money is raised. That's going to determine how much help we can provide to these families.
The whole time, volunteering, donating, giving their all, always staying Sun Prairie strong.
We see it every day at the food pantry, but it's kind of personal, one-on-one, you know, when they're in need. This is a new role for us. This is an emergency, this is a crisis, and the Sun Prairie Food Pantry is trying to respond, and the people have done a wonderful job of responding and helping us out.
So right now, Sunshine Place is helping 31 of those families that were displaced, but they have addresses for 51 families that were impacted by this explosion. So they're really trying to track down those last 20 families and find out what they need and if the resources here can help them. So we have a number at the bottom of your screen. That is for Sunshine Place. If you're a family that was impacted by the explosion, you're asked to call them. Also, if you're a landlord that thinks you can help find a place for some of those families to live, again, that number is 514-6210.
All right, yeah, they do amazing work, and they're very essential, of course, at this time. Our thanks to Amanda Quintana, live at Sunshine Place, Susan Simon as well, reporting live in Sun Prairie. Thanks to both of you. And there are dozens of other fundraising efforts that are happening for the victims involved in the Sun Prairie explosion. Right now, Culver's of Sun Prairie donating 50% of its sales to the family of Captain Corey Barr, who died in the explosion, as well as firefighter Ryan Welch, who was seriously injured. The Culver's Cares Share Day happening until midnight tonight. This is at the Culver's restaurant located at 1501 West Main Street, Sun Prairie.
I think what they're doing is super great, and I can totally relate to all of this as my father's a firefighter, so I thought supporting other fire departments is really important to my family.
And we have a full list of all of the fundraisers that are happening. You can see it right now, that list at channel3000.com. Sun Prairie is overflowing with kind gestures as community members step up to see what they can do to help.
Signs with the message Sun Prairie Strong are popping up all over the city. Rose Schmidt is live in Sun Prairie to tell us how people in the area are showing support for first responders. Rose?
Eric and Charlotte, that message of Sun Prairie Strong, there's nowhere in this community where it's more profound than here at the memorial site. You can see there's flowers and messages telling Captain Corey Barr that he will never be forgotten. And that's not all. If you walk through the community, the neighborhoods, you'll see that there are plenty of signs that people are hand-making, actually thanking first responders for their work this week. They have that message of Sun Prairie Strong. An 8-year-old boy named Owen and his aunt even bought cookies and gave them to law enforcement guarding the perimeter of the blast site today.
He was pretty shooken up after the explosion and kind of felt helpless. So he lives not too far away from here, so he felt it at his house. So we've been talking. So we were going to make cookies, but we were at Market Street getting cupcakes, and he saw the cookies. So we had stopped out here, so he wanted to get some and drop them back off for the first responders.
Owen's aunt says they plan on buying more goodies for officers over the next few weeks because they want first responders to know that they are not going to be forgotten. Now, if you would like to get one of these Sun Prairie Strong decals to put up on your car or on your window, you are welcome to drop by the DeForest Farmers Market tonight or be in Sun Prairie the rest of the week. Well, they're going to be on sale for $7 each.
Rose Schmidt reporting from Sun Prairie tonight. Rose, thank you.
If you'd like to help out the victims of the Sun Prairie explosion, we have volunteers standing by to take your call.
The phone lines are open right now. The number to call is 608-274-4000.
We didn't lose a firefighter yesterday. We lost a family member. We lost a friend. We lost a dear friend. and we will be affected forever, but we will continue to build strength and be a better organization with Corey's legacy in our hearts.
Welcome back. We are live in the Sun Prairie Strong News 3 phone bank right now, where we want to help that community rebuild after last week's explosion. We are at $80,000 in donations and counting. Isn't that crazy? Give us a call and join in. That number is 608-274-4000. Joining me right now, this is Bill Baker. He is one of dozens of volunteers helping us out today, donating your time. Thank you so much for taking the time and helping us.
You're welcome.
So why did you decide to step up and come in and volunteer?
This is my community. This is my family, and everybody needs a little extra help, and it starts with one person. And so you have to do that. You got to start with yourself to make things happen. And so I was excited to help out.
I have been here since 4. I was here in the morning, and all you hear are the phones ringing every time we go live.
I know.
So I know dozens, hundreds of folks are calling in. You have been taking phone calls for a little bit right now. Why do you think this is resonating with folks so much? What are they saying to you?
I think it's the people of Wisconsin. I mean, I've had every call's been from Madison. And so it's the way we are in Wisconsin. We take care of each other, and they take care of the communities around us.
And you are from Sun Prairie.
I am from Sun Prairie. Yes, I am.
What's it like to see this community really rally around each other? The meaning of Sun Prairie Strong right now, right?
The generosity is overwhelming. I knew we had a very generous community, but the amount of generosity is just mind-boggling. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to describe it. It gives me goosebumps to even think about it. So.
I'm with you on that. Generous. Thank you so much for donating your time.
You're
we really
welcome.
appreciate it, Bill.
Thanks.
We want you to donate your money as well. We are trying to make Sun Prairie stronger right here, right now. All the money, it's going to stay local. It's benefiting the families impacted by that blast and local nonprofits helping out in town. Our phone lines, you can hear them right now. They are open, and they're going to stay open until 10:30 through our last newscast this evening. That number to call today, right there on your screen, at 608-274-4000. Back to you.
Thank you, Leah. Madison Mayor Paul Soglin announced today that he will not seek re-election in April 2019. Mayor Soglin, who is Madison's longest-serving mayor, said he wants to give candidates for mayor the time and space to make their case to the voters. Mayor Soglin remains a candidate for the Democratic nomination for governor. That primary is in August.
And next at 5, a request to halt the demolition of Janesville's Monterey Dam has been denied.
Now, this comes after a group of Janesville homeowners brought their case to court this morning. Our Rock County reporter Adam Duxter joins us in the newsroom with why homeowners were trying to stop the process to begin with. Adam?
Water's already started draining through the gaps in the Monterey Dam, but homeowners in the area are worried the process could leave them with damage they can't repair. Today, a judge in Rock County heard the case. Ultimately, this lawsuit was thrown out. Local business in attendance says that tearing down the historic dam provides new opportunities for the city.
So if we can create more fishing atmosphere, kayak, canoeing availability, and just a nice river, nice smooth flowing river, I think everybody in the long run is going to win.
The judge in the hearing determined there would be not a stop to the construction. Again, the same group that brought today's lawsuit is also in the middle of another lawsuit. This one's with the Department of Natural Resources to see whether the DNR correctly issued the permits for the project, and that hearing is slated for January.
Adam, thank you.
All right, turning now to our forecast. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield on a very comfortable Tuesday, Dave.
It's a great night to be outside, Eric and Charlotte, with low humidity, plenty of sunshine on this Tuesday, and temperatures that maxed out right around 80 degrees will be falling to the 70s and 60s tonight. Here's a look at Weather Track, what is going on across the area. Any showers are well off to the east or to our south and west. That batch of thunderstorms going through Omaha into Kansas City. But really, for much of the upper Midwest, we're being controlled by a big old high pressure system. So not really seeing much in the way of nasty or bad weather that we need to worry about. Storm chances do start to ramp up once again into later Thursday and Friday. Downtown Madison on the Edgewater Skycam, looking at mostly sunny skies. The almanac, today's high of 80, actually a little bit below normal for this time of year. But hey, I don't think many people are complaining. It feels fantastic outside. Temperatures in some other spots, 80 in the Dells, 82 in Lone Rock, one of the warm spots in Boscobel at 84. Dew points are in the mid-50s, very comfortable, even some upper 40s. So this is a real welcome change in the dew point department. High temperature trend, we're actually hitting an inflection point on Monday. That's when temperatures, average temperatures that is, go down into the second half of the year. But temperatures are still going to be below average for tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday before we get back into the 80s by the weekend. Future track showing this high pressure system not really giving up control anytime soon. It will be with us on Wednesday, but a few more clouds will also be with us as well in advance of our next low pressure system, which gets here on Thursday. Could bring some rain showers and thunderstorms to us Thursday night and Friday. For tonight, though, mostly clear and cool. Some patchy fog possible late. Tomorrow, temperatures will be in the low 80s, partly sunny and continued warm. Not really too much to talk about on this Tuesday. Just a few clouds here and there, mostly clear skies, comfortably cool overnight with temperatures falling into the 50s. Maybe another good night to open the windows. A few more clouds around tomorrow, but temperatures still should make it close to 80 degrees. And then these thunderstorms start to spark up Thursday afternoon and evening. Precipitation potential by the weekend, looking at about a half an inch to an inch of rain. So welcomed rain as we head into the weekend, but it won't be too much. We don't need to worry about any flooding concerns or anything like that. 7-day forecast looking at temperatures in the 80s by the weekend, and really not too many storm chances to talk about as we head into the end of this month.
All right, Dave, thanks so much.
And we'll be right back.
Welcome back. We are going strong here at News 3 with our Sun Prairie Strong Phone Bank. We are up to at least $80,000 raised and counting, all that money going toward the Bank of Sun Prairie and its Disaster Relief Fund. Help us rebuild that community. Donate now at 608-274-4000. That number right there on your screen. Let's send it back to you folks in the studio.
All right, great job, Leah. She's been here all day. Great job. It is also a busy week for 4 former Sun Prairie Cardinals representing the city with the best in Wisconsin high school football on Saturday up in Oshkosh.
Melissa Kim caught up with the team about what it will mean to wear the Cardinal helmet for one last time.
It's been months since football season ended in Sun Prairie.
There you go. Where's the move?
But 4 former Cardinals are suiting up once again.
It's awesome to put that helmet back on and represent Sun Prairie one more time.
But this time, it'll be with a little more pride. Anthony Villanueva and Kalan Coleman were working summer jobs downtown when an explosion rocked an otherwise quiet evening.
I was actually working, but it was kind of weird because I got a text from my friend and he was like, "Did you hear the explosion?"
It was like, I didn't really know what happened.
I could see the smoke and stuff. It was pretty crazy.
I felt it and I'd seen it out the window. It was ridiculous.
And it didn't take long for the Cardinals to help.
I had 6 to 8 of our players reach out within minutes saying, what can we do? Where can we go?
Head coach Brian Kaminsky sees support at Ashley Field every Friday night in the fall. But this is overwhelming.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, it brings a tear to your eyes. It really does. To watch the level of support and the caringness and the willingness to do whatever they can to make sure that everyone gets a place to go, gets fed, gets taken care of in this short amount of time when something happens like that is amazing.
To be honest, it's just going to be, it's a reason of why I loved playing for Sun Prairie and why I'm going to miss having Sun Prairie on my chest.
One last chance to represent Sun Prairie, which now stands for so much more.
Let's embrace the goodness that people have in their hearts and are willing to help other people out. So that's why we're really proud of this community.
Melissa Kim, WISC News 3.
Our best of luck to them and our thanks to Melissa for that report. We'll be right back.
We are checking in one last time here at our News 3 phone bank. Everything we raise here is staying local. It's going to help the families impacted by last week's explosion. Give us a call. That phone number, 608-274-4000. Let's send it back to Charlotte and Eric in the studio.
All right, Leah, thank you very much. Keep those calls coming, 274-4000. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 at 6, and the CBS Evening News is coming your way next.